Okay, hi guys, it's Sarah Gracie, and I'm gonna try to do a tutorial on how to start your stream on Twitch. Now, I have never made a tutorial before, and I honestly I haven't thought about all of this stuff since I started streaming over 2 years ago. So if it's a little complicated, you can always shoot me a question in the comment section below or on Twitter or wherever. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to have a program to stream from. Now, I use OBS. So you can just Google OBS in Google, and it's the first thing that should pop up called Open Broadcaster Software. Now, it's completely free. It's awesome. This is what I've used since day one of streaming, which was over 2 years ago, like I said, and it has never failed me. So right here on the front page, it'll show you what you need. And I'm doing it for Windows because I have Windows 10. So you click this. All right, and it should start downloading the installer already right there. So once you've downloaded that, you click it. And then yes. And it'll bring up the installer. Now, I'm not going to do this because I already have OBS installed on my computer, obviously. So, you just follow through these steps of the install wizard and all that stuff. See, already running. So that's all you do. So get all that installed and it should look like this. Kind of like this anyway, once you have it downloaded. And the only differences that you'll have are that your scenes and your sources will be completely blank because it's a brand new program for you and you haven't had time to fill it with all the nonsense that I've filled it with. So the first thing that you'll do is you'll create a scene, which is basically just your setting and what everyone on Twitch will see you doing. So you'll start by right-clicking anywhere in the box and you'll do add scene. And I'm going to just name mine tutorial so we know what we're working with here. All right. And see, now the sources are empty because we haven't had a chance to add anything in there yet. Now the sources are the little things that will go up on the screen that people will be able to see. So see, we can do preview stream to see what it could look like. All right, so now if you click preview screen or preview stream, it'll just be black because it's just blank and we haven't added anything to it yet. All right, so what are some things that you would want on your stream? How about a game? Right now, I'm just going to capture my Steam window. So right now we have OBS. So I'll snap that over there. And then we'll snap Steam to the other half so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so under sources, you're going to right click and then do add. And then, okay, there is game capture, which you can use. Right now, I'm just going to use window capture. And this is the one that I use the most. Now, I'm not making this tutorial like this is what you do to stream. This is just what I do, and this is what I've done, and this is what's helped me get where I am. So there's probably better ways and people that know how to do it better, but this is what Sarah does. So window capture. All right, so you can name your little window. So I'll name mine Steam. Okay. All right. Whoa, watch this. Okay. We have this window capture box. Now, this window box says which window on the computer that we are capturing, that we want everybody to see. Now, I have a lot of stuff up here. So you want to go over to Steam. That's what I wanted to capture. All right, and we'll do Steam, capture mouse cursor. Okay. capture layered windows, you want to uncheck that, because if you have that checked, then if you scroll another window over top of it, it'll capture that instead. So I usually like to not have that clicked. And then I usually don't worry about this. Of course, you want the opacity all the way up. If you only want a part of the window, you can click sub-region. Click that box. And then you select the region. And a little white box will go over the window you're trying to capture, so you can make sure that this is the one that you want to do. And then little arrows will appear at the ends, and you can be like, oh, I only want the bottom half, or I only want a little bit of this window captured, or I want the whole thing captured. And then you just click OK. And there it is. See, it's all captured here. And see, we can't move it. We can't move it just yet. So what we have to do is we go down here to the Edit Scene button. And once you have that clicked, it should outline in red. And once we outline that in red, see, you can resize it. And see, it'll keep that ratio. It won't skew it now. See, it'll keep it how it's supposed to look. Now, if I put my Steam on the other window and I have it full screened, and I redo this and I just do entire window, see, it'll capture it in the correct ratio, and we can do the full screen and it can fit proper and look pretty. All right, so that's that. So we have our Steam right here. It's full screen. It looks great. Pretend like this is our game. So if I had Undertale open, this would be captured right now. Another source that you might want to add is, how about, let's look. We have window capture, monitor capture. Oh, we can add an image. So if we do image, say that you won't have a picture that you want to put up there. Like sometimes I'll put my Jolly Roger up there, and you can name it Jolly Roger. And then the image box will pop up, and you can do browse. You look for a picture. This is my stream folder. These are all the silly pictures you've seen me put on the stream before, and you chop over here. So we can do, let's see, let's get that Jolly Roger. Right there it is. All right, and then you can do OK. And see, we got the Jolly Roger. And since if this Edit Scene button is not clicked, we cannot move anything. See, I'm clicking, I can't move. But as soon as you click that Edit Scene, it'll outline it right there in red, and we can move it wherever we want. We can make it big and small like that. Put it up in the corner like, oh, this is our logo. And see how it's kind of covering? If you want to be able to see behind it, you can right click, Properties, and you can turn down this opacity, which basically makes it see-through. So you can see behind it, so it's kind of like a watermark on a photograph. And see, you can see behind it now. Let's see, what are some little tidbits I could say? So a good idea when you're resizing, say that you didn't want this black bar and you don't really care about the aspect ratio and you just want that black bar gone. If you hold down the Shift key while you're sliding, you can stretch it to make that fit. Now, some people will come in your stream and tell you that your aspect ratio is off, but like I'm saying, this is just Sarah's tutorial, not everybody's tutorial. All right, so we're getting really into detail right now. Let's move on. All right, a really important detail is your settings right here. Now, your settings menu will pop up as soon as you click that settings button below your microphone and your speaker. General languages and stuff like that. Now, the encoding tab is 100% important because when you're starting out on streaming, it means that you've just started and you don't have the benefits of partnership, and you don't have, quality settings, and you don't have encoding. So you don't want to broadcast at a high bit rate. See how this says bit rate? I know a lot of people that have turned their bit rate up so high, you go into their stream and all you can see is buffering. And that's what causes it usually. So I am not a partnered streamer. I have my bit rate at 2,500 because my internet can run it and most people's can view it, right? So I would recommend a starting bit rate of 2,000 to 2,500. Next, we have the broadcast settings. Now, this is also important. So you want to click Mode Live Stream. And streaming service, they have all these, but Twitch, I would assume, is what you're trying to stream to. This should be your closest location because this is the server where it's going to use. Now, this stream key box is very important because this is actually where you're planning to broadcast to. Now, I'm not going to show my stream key on here because if anybody has your stream key, they can stream to your channel, which is not good. No bueno. So you keep it secret as if it's your password. So here, I'll show you guys what you need to do here. I'll go to my channel and I'll show you guys. This is what my channel looks like right now. And this is what your Twitch looks like. Now, I have better Twitch TV, so I'm sorry if it looks a little bit different than what you might be used to. All right. So you'll go into your dashboard. That's what you'll click on twitch.tv/whatever your name is /beautiful person. And you'll go to dashboard. All right, now once we're in dashboard, you have all these tabs at the top. I would say don't worry about this stuff yet. The dashboard is important because that's how you change your title of your broadcast and the game that you're playing and the language that you're in, and it can show your viewers and your followers, and here's your chat and a little preview of your video down here, and it can even show you who you're being hosted by, which is very important. All right, if you look at this 5th tab right here, it shows your stream key. So you click that. And see, I am not going to click this button because once you click this button, your stream key will pop up. So do not open your stream key while you're streaming because then anybody has a key literally to stream on your channel. So you'll click that and there'll be a long code. And you'll copy and paste that, and that is what you put right here in the PlayPath stream key, right there. And I would do apply just so it saves. And don't worry about any of this stuff since we are just starting. As for video, I would start with a 720p broadcasting. Because like I said, just because your internet is amazing, you could have fiber optic internet, amazing. But as long as little Miss Susie is watching on her cell phone with McDonald's Wi-Fi, she is not going to be able to download that. She will not be able to watch that. So I would start with 1280, which is the width, by 720, which is the height, no downscaling resolution, and 30 FPS. Don't go any higher than that because, like I said, little Susie on her little Pizza Hut Wi-Fi will not be able to watch the stream. All right, next tab, audio. You want to make sure that your audio device is selected correctly because I know that causes so many problems and people are like, nobody can hear me, I'm trying to stream. So I have a Blue Yeti microphone. So I have that selected. Make sure it's on the right thing and make sure that they can hear what you're saying and they can hear the game that you're playing. Yes, please. Okay, I don't have any hotkeys. I don't use this. We'll skip this, skip this. This microphone noise gate is useful if you use a webcam microphone because it will cut out a lot of the background noise that you'll get in there. So I would say read this little help box and tweak this to your liking. All right, we'll go back out of here. All right, so that is a lot of information. So I understand if you've had to pause and rewind and all that good stuff. All right, so I would say the next thing is, I mean, you can add a webcam if you'd like. I know a lot of people seem to prefer streams with a web camera just because it's easier to feel, you know, a sense of bonding with the streamer if you can see their face. You feel like their friend. You feel like they really, you know, you can talk to them in the chat and they'll respond and you can see the reaction on their face or the smile when you say hello and stuff like that. Or the rage and salt when they get mad like me in Super Smash Bros. So you could do add. If you do a video capture device, that's your webcam. I'll just name that webcam. And up here, you drop down to your proper webcam right there. Mine's the Logitech webcam. And you'll just click OK. And I'm on the stream. So obviously, you don't want the full screen camera. So like I said, you'll have that edit scene checked. And you'll make it smaller. Now see how I see a lot of streamers doing this. They will sit here with their big old webcam taking up this whole game when all of this isn't them. You know, you don't need to see all this during the game. It's just empty space. It doesn't need to be seen. So to crop your webcam, hold down the Alt button, and then you slide this over, and you can just slice that webcam. So it's just you in here, and you're not covering up as much of the game because it's Twitch. It's about the video games, right? Unless you're just trying to show off your look that day. I don't know. But yeah, so that's that. That's the webcam. We'll go into more detail with the whole chat, but for right now, the easiest way I would say to capture the chat is if you go to your dashboard. This is how I captured it back in my beginning days, is to go to your dashboard and we have the chat window right here. So what I always do, I always make it small. So it's just the chat in the window like that. And I move it to the side like this. All right, let me make OBS a little smaller. So you make chat like that, small. Right click on your sources, add window capture again. And then you can name it chat. I promise you, taking 5 seconds to name it something really pays off, because if you don't name it anything, then you'll get confused on window capture 1, window capture 2, you know, all of this stuff. So go to your window and then you'll click, oh my God, window. You go to your dashboard, Sarah Grace's dashboard on Twitch. So you click that. And for this, the sub-region box is very important. So click sub-region and then select region. And it'll highlight that window. And then you take your corners and you want to make it just the smallest bit, because really chat on screen is just really useful for people that want to see that their message went through, and they want to see that you saw what they were saying to you, and all that stuff. Or if you're on mobile and you don't want to keep minimizing the window, chat on screen is very useful. So we have it right there. It's a small little portion of chat. So we'll click that, and then we'll click OK. And there we got chat right there. That's the little chat box. You can't really tell because no one's been typing. I'll type in a little bit so you can see. There we got chat. Now see how this big old chat box is taking up a lot of the screen, right? It's taking up a big old box. Now everything, when I started streaming, everything was pretty boxy. Now, you just kind of have to deal with that if you're just starting out. You don't have a green screen unless you want to start out with a green screen, or like I did. I didn't invest too much money into it. I invested my time and my efforts, and I tried to make sure that my quality was good before my equipment was getting too expensive for me. Now, this is a little advanced trick. Unless you want your chat small and you want it taking up a lot of room like that, you can always make the game smaller like this and try to rearrange. You can see how you can click and drag when it's on edit. You can kind of rearrange it and try to make it, this doesn't look pretty though. That doesn't look pretty. That looks, if you walk into someone's stream that has this going on, they're just going to be like, yo, what are you doing? This looks a mess. So let me put my camera back down here. Make the game full screen because the game is the most important part. And you'll do chat. Now, this is a little trick that you can do. Right click on the chat, properties, and this window capture box will come up. Down at the very, very bottom where it says color key, you can click use color key. All right, select, and you have the little dropper. You take the dropper and you click it on this background color. And then you click OK. And see, that just makes the background disappear, and then you have just the chat, and you can see the game window behind it, which is really, really good, right? That should be way smaller. So we have the chat, we have a window, we have the game, we have the stream key in there. Audio should be great. All of this stuff is really good. I would say the next big step would be everybody loves, the borders, and they really like coming in, and if they follow, they see their name, and you recognize them, and you're like, oh, welcome to the stream, thank you so much. Their name pops up. They love that because they feel special. It makes you feel special when you go in a stream and you see your name pop up on there. So for the borders, it's really hard unless you're really good with Photoshop. James, PB and Jammies, he does all of my borders and stuff for me. So if you go on Twitter, you can find people that do layouts and overlays for you. But once you do have one, I would say add. And it's an image, just like any other. It's usually a PNG because they're clear. All right, I'm going into my Steam folder here, or Stream folder. Oh my goodness, I'm talking about organized. Look how unorganized. Okay, my overlay's right there. You click open, and then OK. And then you want to right click. And see, these are some really useful options right here. Is position, and you want to fit it to the screen. So look, there's my little overlay, and it's right there, and I can add little things to it like text or whatever I want to. Let's look at some of these more more of these image options. So the order, you can move it down or you can do control down. And if we did that, we moved it down. See, look, it went under my webcam. Now, usually it looks better if it's over the webcam. So I'm going to move it back up. See, that's the layers, the depth of field, of your stream. So we have a little overlay. That looks great. When it comes to the alerts, next part. This is a long video, but I really hope it's helping y'all learn. I really do. Okay, like I said, the next part are the alerts, because people really, really enjoy going into a stream, and when they follow, they see their name. People love it. I love it. People love it. So I use the program Twitch Alerts. Now, I'll put all these links to all these programs I'm talking about below the video, but I use twitchalerts.com. Now, this is what it looks like. In-stream pop-up alerts. Okay, so when you're just starting, you want to do launch Twitch alerts. Now, see, mine's popped up and you can see all my info over here. So you'll want to it'll ask you, do you want to connect to your Twitch? So obviously you'll say, yes, please. And it can show you all these cool things, like how many followers you got in the day and how many donations and subs if you are partnered. I'm not partnered, but if you are, it can show you that. If you are, I hope you don't need this tutorial. But anyway, so the next thing would be alert box. That's what we're doing. We're just going to set up followers for today because we're already running over almost 30 minutes on this video. Okay, so you'll see a box that looks like this. All right, so you can do your alert settings, all that stuff. Follow alerts tab is what we are looking for right now. So follow alerts enabled. You can choose the layout of how you want it to look, which I didn't even realize you could do that. Maybe we'll do like that and see what that looks like. So you can click the layout how you want it, the animation how it looks, the message that you want. So I always have so-and-so's name, join the pirate crew. And you can say how you want the text to look. So you can make it rubber bandy, you can make it wave and wiggle, wobble, whatever you want. And then you can open what picture you want to pop up. Now they have tons of stock images on here. So you can use Twitch Alerts images to just start out with. So, oh look, they got Yoshi, they got SpongeBob, you know, they got little cat girl anime chick, Pikachu. Oh, they got Link on here. You know, they got a lot of people on here. They got a lot of good ones. So you click what you want, and that should pop up right there. And then they even have like sample songs that you can do. Ooh, that one was loud. Y'all didn't hear that, but it was loud. And you can do sample sounds. I have Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, volume of it, you know, alert duration. I do mine for only 5 seconds because I don't want it to take up too much of the stream. Then you save it. And this is the part that you have to do to make it appear on your stream. I'm going to make this window smaller and move it up here. All right, so this at the top right here where it says how to, you click launch and it'll just come up with a big blue box. And you're like, how does that big blue box make anything happen? Watch this. If you click test follow, right there it is. And see, it popped up right there as I click test. So we want to capture what's on this blue window, don't we? So I'll move this over here. We'll go back to our OBS. And we'll right click source. So this sources box fills up quick when you want to get creative. So window capture, because we're trying to capture that blue window. I'll name it alerts. And then the window that we want is the alert box widget is what it's called. Now, if we just click OK, we got a big blue box right here, which obviously you don't want that. So right click properties, and you want to do the sub region because we don't want that white bar at the top. So slide that down and click OK, and see that took the white bar away. So now you want to right click, and we want to get that big blue box out of there because that just looks awful, right? So use your color key and use the dropper and click on that blue, and it should disappear. All right, okay, so we have that, and it's all disappeared. And so you just put that red box anywhere. It should be completely see-through, like you shouldn't be able to see anything of it. So now we have this back up. Now let's see what it looks like when we test a follower now. Ta-da! And we have our pretty little picture and the alert right there. Chopper. All right, so that should pop up there, and everything, that should be great. All right, so we'll close out of there. You don't have to have this open, but you always have to have the blue screen program open. This has to be open the whole time. Okay, so make sure you don't close out of this, or else you will not be able to see your follows, and people won't see that they were able to follow you and stuff like that. So it can be in the background. It does not have to be up front. It can be back there. And look at there. Everything is good. I think this looks pretty good. Hopefully it turns out all right for you. So now I have all my little questions written down that y'all asked. So I'll look through them. Let's see. So for now, I would say, by the way, this was how to stream a computer game, which is the easiest thing to start out with, because if you try to start out by using a capture card and doing console games, you just run into way too much money. So this is the cheapest way that you can start streaming on Twitch. Like I said, this tutorial is just for starting streaming. It's not like, oh, so you're great at streaming now, here's some tips. Like, this is just beginner stuff. So I would say if you do want to get a capture card and start streaming your Wii U or whatever, I have the Hauppauge HD PVR Gaming Edition 2, and I've had that for about 2 years, and it hasn't quit on me yet. It's been good so far, but I'm not really going to go into that on this YouTube video because, like I said, it's just for beginners right now. I went over the border and the GIFs. I went over the bit rate, which is really important. I guess the last thing that I would go over, I'm trying to think. Okay, let's go over Nightbot. Nightbot is, I know a lot of people really want Nightbot, and it's a really good way to make your stream feel, I don't know, like well-rounded, maybe, or you know, you're just starting and you don't have any mods yet and people come in spamming links, Nightbot can take care of that for you without you having to stop streaming. So I'm going to turn off my OBS for now because that's not important anymore. And we'll X out of there. We can close this while we're not streaming. Oh, hi, Voldemort. All right, and we're at Google right now. So we'll Google Nightbot. That's how I get to everything. Just Google Nightbot Home. All right, your stream simplified. So you click Get Started. I already have an account, so I can do that. And you want to authorize it to use your stream. And you'll click Join on here and see how this says, Nightbot is not currently a mod in your channel. You have to mod Nightbot. Now, I don't have Nightbot modded because I don't like when Nightbot times you guys out. I let my mods do that. You don't have to mod Nightbot to use like the song requests and stuff like that. Nightbot is pretty self-explanatory if you just look at the little tabs over here. The most frequently used tabs, I would say, are the custom commands, which you can make your little silly commands on here, like the add command, and do all that stuff. You can do your song requests, where you do the managing the song requests. And to do song requests on Nightbot, you have to have this auto DJ tab open right here. And it plays. That's why I always say, oh, I see the music video, because it pops up right there and I can watch it while we do the stream. But I would say Google more about Nightbot because I just want to keep this strictly to the basics of streaming on Twitch, not too much about the extensions and stuff like that. And like I was saying, the last thing, let's get a different background. I would say the last thing that I would talk about streaming on Twitch would be the mindset of streaming on Twitch, because a lot of people go into streaming because they want to make money, or they think that they're automatically going to have so many viewers, or you know, all of this stuff. And I honestly would say go into streaming because you want to have fun, you know? Go into even if you have 0 people in your stream, you should talk to them. To nobody. Talk to yourself like you have 100. Always keep yourself and everybody in there entertained. Because, hey, somebody could pop by your stream and watch your past broadcasts. And if they watch your past broadcasts and you're just sitting there not talking, then they might not follow you. You know, you got to keep them entertained. But anyway, I hope I went over everything. Like I said, I tried to write down notes about stuff not to forget. But if I forgot anything, please let me know. Please let me know. And I'll try to go over it when I can. But anyway. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching. I'm probably gonna split this into several videos. But thank you so much, and I hope this helped you. Bye.